Okay, in 1980, I graduated from the University of Delaware with a degree in finance. I was still selling newspapers on the beach of Wildwood to pay the bills, and I met my wife there. And can you believe she married a guy that was selling newspapers at my age? But in 1982, we got married, and by 1987, I was a bull market genius, and I bought a condo on the beach in 1987 March and bought my mainline house for $500,000 in February of 87. And of course, the stock market crashed in 87, and I found out that I was not quite the genius I thought I was. Now that gets me to my quandary in today's market, because this so reminds me of late 87 and 1990, and I think a lot of stocks are really overvalued. So I wrote this on Facebook today, and what it says is, last night I started a mining for Bitcoin. I looked at the YouTube video and I downloaded honeyminer.com, and it was really easy to get started, and I think I made a buck 86 cents so far. Either way, so all weekend I was thinking the Bitcoin market is insane with these random thoughts, but honestly, I'm so confused. I need some help, and I'm going to post this on YouTube, where I subscribe and I watch a lot of videos on YouTube. So please give me some feedback on where I'm going wrong here, because I'm old, I'm a boomer, but I have a lot of friends that I talk over the poker table with. You can see I played in the main event 3 times, and really enjoy poker. And a lot of poker buddies have gotten into the stock market and they've done pretty good. So hopefully they'll get back to me and tell me where I'm wrong here. So I see that random Riot Blockchain and Marathon Patent are valued at over $2 billion each. I think they're around $3 billion right now. And I read yesterday that there's $175 billion worth of Bitcoin at today's current price, around 50,000, left to mine. And there's some 200,000 miners actively mining right now. So let's say they're all valued at $2 billion. That would be a $400 trillion market cap for all the miners. And there's only an addressable, they say TAM, total addressable market, of $175 billion worth of Bitcoin. So I said, good luck with that. So the other random thought I had, number 2, was every time you sell $1 worth of Bitcoin, it creates $300,000 worth of Bitcoin. Now, I don't understand why some people can mine all week and only earn a 0.001 Bitcoin. But I thought every time there was a block of Bitcoin confirmed, 6.25 Bitcoin get released. So I divided the 300,000 worth of Bitcoin divided by 200,000 Bitcoin miners, means every dollar you sell, you create $1.50 of Bitcoin. It looks like a crazy arbitrage to me. Theoretically, if you sell $1 worth of Bitcoin, and I kept laughing when I was thinking about it, I don't know why, but it creates $300,000 worth of Bitcoin, and the miner has to pay for the energy costs. They usually go out and sell some of the Bitcoin, which makes the Bitcoin go down, and means the number of Bitcoin left to be mined decreases from currently a little over 2 million coins left to mine. And since Riot Blockchain and Marathon Patent haven't even started mining for Bitcoin yet, by the time we sell the dollar worth of Bitcoin every 10 minutes, because I've heard that every 10 minutes a block is created, and they release 6.25 Bitcoin. All right. All the Bitcoin there is to be created will no longer be a revenue base for Riot Blockchain or Marathon Patent to make any money from. Not that they were ever going to make any money anyway, I thought. I mean, God, some of the valuations on these companies are unbelievable. And they dilute their shares like their water, like Argentine currency. But either way, and then John Najarian was on Smart Money. He says follow the smart money, and he's on CNBC all the time, and he was saying he sold some smart money buying Riot Blockchain. And I was like, why don't you come up with your own ideas? But he recommended buying Riot Blockchain, saying that they had a hoard of Bitcoin, which is not true. I researched it. The CEO was on Fast Money, and he admitted that they just got the mining equipment. They haven't even yet mined for Bitcoin, and they just got their machines ordered and expect to mine later this year. And I said to myself, just curious, like, what were they doing the last 3 years ago when they changed their name from the failed Bioptics, which had a few reverse splits and screwed their shareholders? Then they switched the name to Riot Blockchain right when Bitcoin was going up. The stock skyrocketed. They got in trouble with the SEC for a pump and dump scheme back in 2007. And, you would think they would have been mining for Bitcoin these last 3 years when they changed their last name, when they changed their name. Either way. So I was thinking also, interest rates have been going up lately, and that makes gold and Bitcoin less attractive because people will put their money into interest-bearing assets and take their money out of gold and Bitcoin that don't pay any interest. So I said, as interest rates go up, it makes it less attractive to own gold, since gold and Bitcoin are now talked about as a hedge against fiat currencies. One would only assume that as people sell gold, they would sell Bitcoin to invest in higher interest-bearing bonds as interest rates increase in anticipation of the flood of extra money coming into the market through the stimulus package. It's going to be inflationary, and people buying goods and services with the money. So people talk like Bitcoin will hit its peak of 21 million Bitcoins mined by the year 2140. But I mean, right now with the arbitrage, I would think they would be mining left and right. So I said, anybody ever remember the lottery when it gets over $500 million? I remember back in 1987 when I was at Bull Market Genius. I'm such an idiot. Either way, so kind of look a lot older than that picture. Oh, that's my wife's painting up there. Either way, now, so 1987, the lotto gets up to like $500 million, and it was like a 1 in 93 chance that 1 in 93 million chance that you win. So I did some calculations, bought a ticket for $1, and figured, hey, my expected return is like, $2. Okay, so I bought $1,000 worth of lotto tickets, and I think I won $35 that day. Pretty exciting. Either way, so I'm thinking with Bitcoin throwing off 6.25 Bitcoin for every block. Here was my math. Okay, your expected return from mining $1 of Bitcoin sold is over $1 right now. So everybody is going to sell $1 in Bitcoin, which creates $1.50 in Bitcoin to one lucky miner. And then he's going to sell $1 of Bitcoin to create another $1.50. And it's not brain surgery, guys. What am I missing? So that's kind of really why I wrote this, is I just don't know what I'm missing here. And here was my math. If that block of Bitcoin is mined for 6.25 Bitcoin at almost 50,000 per Bitcoin, it creates $312,000 worth of Bitcoin. that is released, if there's, say, 200,000 miners, you divide the $300,000 in Bitcoin created by 200,000 different miners, and your expected return is $1.56, sort of like the lotto I was talking about. So it's my contention that everybody should sell $1 in Bitcoin and create $1.56 in Bitcoin, which would mean everybody would do it and all the coins would be mined way sooner than 2140, which I'm not going to be around for, but either are you. Either way, where am I going wrong here? Please help. I said total addressable market as far as I could see, the TAM. Like everybody likes to talk about TAM now. As far as potential revenues, I figured $175 billion are still left to be mined at $50,000 per coin. And I think I remember the market cap, and that's what it was. And say there's 200,000 miners mining for that Bitcoin. So at $2 billion a piece, each miner, like Riot Blockchain, Marathon Patent, are all worth $2 billion right now. And there's a bunch of other little companies that are worth a boatload of money. But say they're all worth $2 billion. That's $400 trillion in market cap for a total addressable market of 175 billion. I mean, that's 2,000 times sales. And if you look at Riot Blockchain's market cap on FinViz, which I use all the time, I mean, it shows it's trading at an outrageous price to sales ratio. So I'm not too far off here. So I said, good luck with that. And I said, these calculations came from the fact only 21 million Bitcoins can ever be mined. And there's over 18.6 million coins already mined. So there's only 2.4 million Bitcoin left to mine at $50,000 each. That comes to less than 175 billion. With Marathon Patent and Riot Blockchain now over $3 billion, they're up today each. The market cap, if there's 200,000 of these companies out there, that's like $400 trillion, what I was talking about earlier. So I said, I quit doing the analysis. I'm going to need some help from people on YouTube. I texted this to a few other people like Elon Musk and Mark Cuban and Kathy Wood at ARK Investing. I mean, she's a genius, but I think people are making mistakes here. So I still own a little bit of Bitcoin, even though I still own a little bit of Ethereum. And this is us now. Oh, that's not us. That's me. And that's us now, I guess. But either way, I'm going to run. I tried to show this picture here, but that picture there. Okay, but either way, good night. Please tell me where I'm wrong, okay? Bye.